Hey there, welcome to Safe Moves, Happy Knees, a class where we spend the next 20 to 25 minutes doing a bunch of moves in our lower body to make sure our knees stay happy for the rest of the day. Today we're going to start standing, and there's a little bit of balance involved, so you might want to be next to something in case you're wobbly. You can put your hand out and have a little bit of balance help. All right, let me try the mat. So before you even focus on anything, just move your legs around. A little prancing, a little run in place, and then stop. Don't look down. Should have told you that before. Don't look down. And just notice what your legs feel like. So everything from your pelvis down. Take in if you feel like you're standing hips distance apart, maybe wider, maybe narrower. If you feel like there's any rotation in your legs, just notice. And then when you're ready, when you feel like you have a really good idea of what your legs look like, go ahead and look down and see if it's true. A lot of the times it's not. So now at this point, I want you to keep looking down at your legs, and we're going to set up our alignment. Stand with your feet hips distance apart and parallel with each other. You should have your second toes pointing straight ahead. And then from there, from the second toes, you're going to travel up the insides of your ankles, and those two should be pointing forward. Up your shin bones into your kneecaps. Now check out what your kneecaps are doing. Are they pointing in? Are they pointing out? We want to try to get them pointing straight ahead. So if you can, go ahead and move your legs so those kneecaps are pointing out. And then straight up from the kneecaps are these hip bones right here, your AS, IS. You don't need to remember that. All right, so keep thinking about that alignment. I'm going to refer to it a whole bunch of times today. I'm going to call it the happy knee alignment, so you know what it means. All right, let's get started. So pick all 10 toes up and place them down. Pick them up, place them down. Just keep doing that. And now see how high up you can feel that. So is it just in your feet and ankles that you feel the work? Can you feel the work up in your lower legs? Or do you even start to feel the work in your upper legs? If it helps, close your eyes so you can really focus in and notice. And not only lift them, but spread them. 2 more times. And then let those toes rest. Now we're going to go up on the toes. So we're lifting the heels up. Your weight's going to be up on the ball of your feet. And then come back down. Lift and lower down. If you feel wobbly, that's what your chair or your wall is for. You can put your hand on it. Now, a couple things to think about. As you are shifting your weight to the balls of your feet, there will be a shift of your whole body moving forward, but I want you to try to keep that to a minimum. So try to stay in control of it and make it as small as possible. And as you shift into the balls of your feet, try to keep even weight through the inner edge and the outer edge. And as you land down on your heels, try to land down right through center. Two more times. All right, after you land down from this one, go ahead and shake it out. And just like we did before, don't look at your lower legs. Look forward and now stop. Get a sense of what your legs might look like. And then when you feel like you have a pretty good idea about what those legs are doing, go ahead and look down. If you need to, readjust so your hips distance apart and parallel, your second toes are pointing straight ahead, your kneecaps are pointing straight ahead, and they're in line with these bony points up here in your hips. Now we're going to shift our weight over to the left side. So you might definitely need something to balance. That doesn't make sense. You might need something to balance on. Pick your right foot up and just get it out of the way. And then shift up onto the ball of your left foot. Woo, and come down. And shift up and come down. Now the same 3 things that we thought about on both feet, we're going to do on this foot too. So make the shifting forward as small as possible. Try to maintain even weight all through the ball of the foot. And try to land right down in the center of the heel. If you need to, you can make your lift a little bit smaller, and you can go slower. Two more. All right, let that leg rest. Let's shift over into the right foot, starting with our good happy knee alignment. Get that left foot out of the way, and then up on the ball of the right foot, sorry. Up and down, thinking about those same 3 things, shifting forward as little as possible, even weight across the ball of the right foot, and landing down in the center of the right heel. Two more. And then rest. Move those legs. And then stop. You can look down and line your legs up. We're going to go back to lifting up the toes. So again, we're going to focus inward. So if it helps, close your eyes or just look down so you're not really concentrating on anything else. Lift and spread your toes and place them back down. Lift and spread. See if you can get all the muscles in your legs to help with this. So see if you can feel it somewhere up in your thighs. And it's going to be really subtle. 2 more times. And then rest those little toes down. All right, we're going to do the kneecap slide, which is sometimes a little bit difficult to get on the first few times, but we keep practicing it, so hopefully it's coming along. It helps to look at your kneecaps, so even if you need to sort of bend forward a little bit so you can get a good view of those kneecaps, that works. And basically what we're going to do is just try to pull the kneecaps up the thighs. So if you could physically do that. What that's going to do is engage your quad muscles right here above the kneecaps, and those are ones that really help to support it. So look down at your knees and then try to slide your kneecaps up, or if it helps, you can try to pull your kneecaps up, whichever word helps you better. You might see those muscles engage, those quad muscles. If you do, that's good. You might find that one kneecap is easier than the other. So just try a few more times. And then go ahead and rest. All right, wiggle out those legs one more time. And then we're going to come on down to our backs. Lie down with your knees bent, feet on the floor. So even though we're lying in a position where our legs are bent, they're not obviously straight, we still want to find that happy knee alignment. So there's a straight path from your ASISs, those bony points in your hips, in this case, up the center of your thighs, over the center of your kneecaps, down your shin bones, through the center of your ankles, and out your second toes. And we want to try to maintain that as much as possible. As you exhale, pull your belly button down towards your spine. Rock your pelvis towards you so you feel your low back make contact with the mat. And then slowly start rolling up your spine into a bridge. As soon as that pelvis starts to lift, really reach your kneecaps out towards the wall in front of you. So kneecaps are reaching forward, hips are lifting up, feet are supporting you. You're at the top of your bridge. Take a great big inhale. And as you exhale, roll down, trying to roll down one little vertebrae at a time. And we're going to do that again. So you're in your happy knee alignment. Rock your pelvis towards you. Reach those knees across the room. Lift those hips up high. And then roll down. We're going to do 2 more of those. Wherever you're at, this can be your last one. So when you roll down, stay down. Find a neutral position for your pelvis. So your sacrum's pretty heavy and your low back's pretty light. We're going to do a little bit of ankle mobility here. Pay attention to your knees though. We definitely don't want to upset the knees, especially in this class. So only go as wide as your knees are happy with. First, pick up the fronts of your feet, pivot them out, place them down. Then pick up your heels, pivot them out, place them down. Keep doing that until you go to as wide as you want, and then do it coming back in. So toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. Go back out. Come back in. Now go as fast as you can. Even if the movement gets a little bit clumsy, I just want you to move those feet fast, fast, fast. Eventually, you're going to start to feel a little bit of burn in your ankles and your calves. And it's going to get way harder than you thought it was going to. Keep it up. And next time you're in, you can go ahead and rest. Just let everything melt away. All right, we want to have our feet aligned. Well, we want to have our happy knee alignment. So our feet are lined up parallel. Those second toes are pointing straight ahead. Kneecaps are aiming out right over those and up towards the ceiling. And take your hands toward on your pelvis. So you can either hold the side of your pelvis, or you can place your hands on the top of your pelvis, anywhere where you can get a sense if your pelvis is moving. We want to keep a nice stable pelvis here as we open the right knee off to the side. Now the movement in your pelvis is going to be really, really small, so just really bring your awareness there. We don't want any tipping. And then press your right inner thigh muscles back to center. All right, other side. The left knee opens to the left side of your room. No tipping in the pelvis. And bring that leg back in. Go side to side, and you can go at your own pace, but do pay attention. See if you can get each leg to open up a little bit more. One more time for each side. All right, when you're done, both knees should be pointing up towards the ceiling, but slightly out over those second toes. Use your imagination here. Pretend you have a bungee cord. One end is attached to your right sits bone, so right that thing you sit on, and the other end is attached to the back of your right heel. We're going to reach that right leg out long, letting it hover just above the floor. And if that bungee cord was really there, we would feel a lot of resistance from it already. Then lift your right leg up straight towards the ceiling. You're going to get even more resistance on that bungee cord. And now at this point, bend your knee. Pull your right heel in towards your sits bone, but stay in control. So that bungee cord is going to want to pull that heel in really quick. I want you to stay in control of it the whole time. So once again, reach that leg forward, right over the floor. Lift the leg up. Control that leg in as you pull your heel towards your sits bone. You can pick up the pace now. And just keep pedaling that leg, trying to maintain your happy knee alignment the whole time. Think about what that resistance would feel like. Reverse the direction. next time that right foot is coming around close to the floor, you can place it down, and we're going to switch over to the other side. So move your bungee cord over. Stretch that left leg out nice and long. Feel that resistance. And then lift the leg up, even more resistance. And then control as your knee bends. And continue. Go ahead and reverse when you're ready. And then the next time that left foot is coming down close to the floor, you can go ahead and place it down and stay. All right, we're going to focus our attention on the ankles again. We did a little bit of ankle work before. Now we're going to really aim for ankle mobility. So pull your right knee towards you, and you're going to hold on to the back of that leg and just lengthen the right leg up. It doesn't have to be straight towards the ceiling. We just want to be able to see our foot. And we're going to do a couple of foot positions here. So a full flex. So you're pressing the sole of your foot away from you. You're pulling your toes back. And then press just the ball of your foot away from you, and then point your toes. And then go back to that pressed position and back to your flexed position. Flex, press, point, press, flex. Keep moving through those. Spread your toes while you're going. And try to keep your legs still. So why ankle mobility and happy knees? Is the secret is to keep the knees happy. We really want the ankle and the hip to be doing their jobs properly. Because when they're not, that's when the knees get mad. Next time you're in that pressed position, hold it there, hold your legs still, and make little circles with your foot and ankle. Keep spreading your toes as much as you can. Reverse. And then bend your knee, shake your foot out, and place that right foot down on the floor. Left leg pulls in. Hold on to the back of your left leg and just straighten it up towards the ceiling enough that you can see your foot. Full flex, press, point, press, flex. Keep going. Spread your toes. And then hold your next pressed position at that middle position. Leg stays still, circle your ankle and your foot. Reverse it. And then shake out that foot. And place it down on the floor. Right leg back up again. This one is a little silly, but it's going to help your ankles with mobility that looks a little bit more like when we're walking around in real life, and the surface that we're walking on is typically uneven. So you're going to pretend that you have a pencil point on the very tip of your big toe, and then write your numbers 1 through 10. You can stack your numbers on top of each other with the big toe. And try to keep your leg pretty still, but you will not be graded on how neat it is. So you notice we're getting a lot of sort of odd ankle mobility here. That's good. When you're done with your numbers, shake it out again, and let's move to the left foot. Do the same thing. So just think about that big toe and write your numbers 1 through 10. When you're done, shake it out. Place that foot down. Roll over onto your stomach. going to do the kneecap slide one more time. So rest your forehead just down on your hands. And curl your left toes under. So you're really stretching the sole of your foot out. And then I want you to press that left heel towards the wall behind you. Press it so much, in fact, that your left kneecap comes up off the floor. Now, holding that position, I want you to try to slide your kneecap up your left thigh. There's lots of action going on in that leg. Go ahead and release. Let's try it again. Press your heel towards the wall behind you so much that it lengthens the leg, picks the kneecap up, and now counter that by trying to pull your kneecap up the front of your thigh. 3 more times, and then we'll switch to the other side. Note if the other side is easier or harder to get that kneecap slide going. Reach through the heel, let the kneecap come up, and then pull it up the front. We'll do it a total of 5 or 6 times. When you've done enough, just let those legs rest and gently wiggle the legs in and out. In and out, and in and out, and in and out. And rest. Press yourself up to sitting. Thanks so much for joining me for Happy Knees today. I hope your knees stay in a good mood all day, and I will see you next time. Bye.